G'day guys, Jace here from Flying with Jace, and welcome to Tips for Solo Circuits. Alright, first thing I want to point out, we're going to be looking at a solo circuit today. We're flying it in a Technam 92, Technam 777, and we'll be flying off runway 07 at Redcliffe in sunny Queensland. My first tip for you guys, and the very first thing I like to bring up when we're flying circuits, is for your first solos, please leave the camera out of the cockpit. It's really cool to take a selfie of yourself for your first solo. Looks really good. Everyone loves to see you and you want to be proud and show it off. But believe me, for your first solo, you are going to be so busy and you're going to be so focused. The last thing you want to do is be distracted by that phone or that GoPro taking photos. Now, most of the aircraft, and certainly all of the aircraft at Fly Now, are fitted with a camera. So there'll be a camera in the aircraft for you. You just concentrate on flying that aircraft, get the job done. Don't worry too much about pulling the phone out and taking a video. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing to note here is this was off a touch and go, and yes, I'm not on the centre line. I'm probably 30 centimetres to the right of the centre line. I'd prefer if you were on the centre line, and I would certainly prefer if I was on the centre line. But for this practice, okay, we're starting slightly to the right. Now, the first thing you're going to notice, it's lighter. It's going to come off the ground early, the nose is going to come up earlier, the aircraft's going to physically lift off at a lower airspeed than you're used to. However, as you're climbing out, 75 is 75 is 75. Climb it at 75 knots, that's what you're used to. The attitude's going to be higher and the rate of climb is going to be more, but go with what you know. It's what we know the aircraft does. 500 feet, it's going to happen before you're ready for it. It's going to happen soon and it's going to happen quickly. It's going to surprise you, but keep your eyes outside. If you need to extend upwind a little, okay, go ahead and do that if that's what you're used to. Remember your climb attitude, it's going to be a little bit lower than you're used to. If 500 feet happens early, then crosswind. Crosswind's going to happen early as well. Might be before you're used to it. Might affect, if you're using an aim point off in the distance, it might affect that a little bit as well. If 500 feet happens early, so does 1,000 feet. And as we go round this video, I'm not going to point out, I'm not going to call out checks, just to keep it clear. I want you to use your normal downwind spacing. So it's what you're used to, it's what we've always seen, it's what we've taught you to see. Use that normal downwind spacing.
The landers are all done.
On downwind, I want you to note the power I'm going to set. Now, you know, we normally set 4,800, 5,000 RPM downwind. If I left that set on this circuit, with the reduced weight, it would actually push the airspeed up into the yellow arc. Be a bit proactive and expect that if you leave that RPM up at 4,800, then you may actually be travelling too fast. I've set it a bit lower here. I know what I'm doing, and I want you to work on what you know. But bear in mind, we're going to hook downwind a lot faster. Keep those eyes on stalks. Keep looking out. Please keep looking around. There's other aircraft in the circuit, same as always. The power reduction for flap, we're lighter, we're not going to slow down as fast. As you pull that power back, if you come back to your normal 3,000, it might take a little bit longer to get it into the wide arc. Once you're in the wide arc, select flaps as you normally do. Don't muck around, don't do anything special. Select flaps as you normally do. And again, I want you to turn base exactly at that 45, where you've been doing it over and over and over. Turn base where you normally did. As you come around base, your normal lookout, looking for your normal traffic, normal places. Keep your eyes out. Remember, as you go round base, that power that you've set, that you're used to setting over and over with your instructor, you might need a little bit less. Keep looking at your your aspect. Keep looking at your aim point. Make your decisions, but remember you might need a little bit less power. Also, the nose is not going to be as low as you're used to because you're lighter. Anticipate your final, as you normally do. Good look out for traffic. Keep that eye out.
Traffic 7777, final 07, full stop.
Final should look the same as it always has. But remember, because you're lighter, the impact of the power is going to be more. The more the changes to your glide slope are going to be more for the same power increase. So maybe you just need to be a little bit more careful on that power, slightly in and out. But that's up to you. Same final workload. Okay, attitude, aim point, airspeed. Is my attitude right? Is my aim point where I expect it in the windscreen? How's my airspeed? Same final you've always used. Looks the same, it's just lighter. And you can see how frequently I'm checking the airspeed here. Now your flare height, flare where you normally flare. Power back, normal flare point, there it is, flaring the aircraft. Now once we're on the ground, it's going to slow down quicker. It's not as heavy as it was before, it's going to slow down much quicker, much less inertia. But it's also lighter, so make sure that aircraft's on the ground before you start applying brakes. So if you pull those brakes on hard, before the aircraft's fully on the ground, you're going to skid the wheels.
Alright, clear traffic.
If you're doing a touch and go, it'll accelerate quicker. And make sure you're clear of the runway before you call clear of the runway.
777 clearable, runway request.
If you're going on to do a touch and go, the aircraft's lighter. It'll accelerate quicker.
Well, that was fun.
And it may actually get away from you if you haven't got those flaps up, if you haven't got it ready to roll. Alright guys, that's one solo circuit at Redcliffe. And a few things to think about before you first solo. Good luck on it. And here's for fun.